We're going to talk a little bit about Naked and Afraid, but there's a point here. She survived 21 days without food or water on Discovery's reality show Naked and Afraid. There was a much deeper personal struggle for Alison Teal to face as she looked at these beaches in the Maldives. Alison joins us now. And Alison, welcome in. I got to tell you, the headline is shocking, the Naked and Afraid show and all of that. But it's a very real story that you're bringing to us this morning, and that's what you saw in what should be one of the most beautiful places in the world. Fill us in.
Aloha, yes,
Aloha.
Wow, I was mind-blowing. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I sat on this island every day, naked and slightly afraid, and just saw mounds of plastic bottles wash up from all over the world, and it just shocked me so much that my dream was to go back there and actually see if I could figure out a way to take that plastic and turn it into usable products. And the more I researched, I realized that there are actually people doing this, such as a company like Reprieve, and they become clothing like everything I'm wearing, this Patagonia jacket, these tiki tights.
Yeah.
And so basically I set off with everything made out of plastic bottles back to the Maldives to see if I could bring awareness to what's happening there.
All right, but a lot of us, when we think about recycling things and making it into clothing, and we know it happens, but we're thinking about the recycling that goes on in neighborhoods in the U.S. How do you make that to cleaning up these islands and using that garbage into recycled goods?
Well, that's the toughie right now, and trying to figure out how we can establish recycling plants over there. And I think the first #1 step is awareness, and that's why I went there to make a film that I hope to bring to schools and film festivals throughout the country and really show what's going on and say, hey guys, look, we have so many plastic bottles out there. And that's why I say, one man's trash is another woman's bikini.
Yeah.
Like this Odina bikini over here. Odina makes bikinis out of recycled plastic bottles, and I think that that's just fascinating that we could take that trash and clean up the world, and I could have something to wear.
Right, if we have someone like you who draws attention to it. But take me to the emotional part of when you go to the island and you're looking for that stretch of gorgeous white sand and blue water, and you see what you see. What runs through your mind? What are you thinking?
It's part of me gets excited because I'm like, wow, that's so many bikinis. But the other part of me is like, this is horrific. And it's coming from everyone. It's not just a Maldivian issue. This is a global issue. So, I just encourage everyone to recycle, or, I'd love to see plastic disappear, but I don't know if that's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
So when I got back to the island, they had cleaned it for Naked and Afraid. But this time when I went back, I was like, oh, holy moly. And I collected that picture you showed of me with the piles of plastic behind me. I collected that in 10 minutes from 50 feet of beach. And there's hundreds of islands there.
Yeah, and I don't think people realize how big the problem is until someone like you takes advantage of the opportunity and starts talking about it. So Alison Teal, thank you so much for coming on the show, sharing your pictures and also sharing your hope that we can make a difference on this. And if you want to donate to make Alison Teal's film an educational school tour, then you can do that. Let's see, it's visitalisonsadventures.com.